Hi friends, today I want to talk about another book which is related to Mughal history. As I mentioned to you, there are amazing characters during that period of India's history. Most of them are male characters. The only outstanding female character of those times has to be the lady known as Noor Jahan. I would not be wrong if I say that she was the most powerful woman ever to rule India. Now, I know there are many great Ranis in India's history. Rani Lakshmibai comes to name, many others. Okay, but please understand that they ruled over very small kingdoms comparatively, despite their bravery. Noor Jahan was the Empress of India, and no Mughal Empress has ever been anything more than a queen. You see, she had no weightage in politics. But Noor Jahan was the only lady who was probably more powerful than even her husband. She was the queen bee, the person who dominated India for decades. This is a story about her daughter, but as the title says, that daughter is Noor Jahan's daughter, so it's intermingled with her own story. It's a book called Noor Jahan's Daughter by Tanushri Podar. Noor Jahan had a daughter called Ladli, and this is her story. But her story would be nothing if she was not the daughter of this powerful Empress of India, Noor Jahan. With this, let me tell you a quick point or two about who Noor Jahan really was. You see, Mughal Azam popularized a very beautiful fictional story about how this Prince Jahangir or Salim fought with his father for this lowly courtesan called Anarkali. What history does tell us is there may have been an affair with this lady called Anarkali, but if you really think that Salim fought for her or he really loved her, that's all fantasy. The only one who he ever loved was his 20th and last wife called Noor Jahan. Noor Jahan, meaning light of the world, was originally named Mehrunissa. The title was given to her as she was, Noor Jahan literally means lamp of the world. But more than just beauty, it was her personality, it was her way that, she would not bow down to authority. She would be the most, you can say, interesting person in the room, well read, well educated, well informed than even kings and generals. The person who could give a very sharp witted reply and not be scared by authority that won people over, even in her late middle ages. So the story goes like this. When she was a young girl, Prince Salim saw her, fell for her. She had attitude and beauty. She was the daughter of one of the ministers of Akbar, but Akbar felt that is not a worth enough match for Jahangir, his future king. So he got her married off to one of the rising generals and soldiers. Okay, and Sher Afghan. And now she had a daughter called Ladli from Sher Afghan. They were well settled in one of the provinces. But the moment Akbar died, Jahangir, despite having so many other wives, wanted Noor Jahan. And he plotted, and in a very, very cruel manner, in front of his wife and his daughter, Sher Afghan was murdered by the king's troops on some story of him being a traitor. Ladli saw her father being killed and hated the man who killed him. After that, Noor Jahan and her daughter were brought to the royal court, where immediately Jahangir said, I did all this because I wanted to marry you. Marry me. Noor Jahan righteously said, I cannot marry the murderer of my husband. But for 3 years, Jahangir would have no one else. Jahangir kept trying for her, vying for her, offering her anything in return. Ladli expected her mother to, for all her life, never accept the propositions of a man who killed her father. But finally, Noor Jahan's family prevailed over and said, be reasonable and realistic. You are getting the chance to be the Empress of India. So finally, Noor Jahan, being practical, settled, and in return got Jahangir to commit that she would not just be the simple Empress, she would really play a powerful political role. After that, Jahangir was put in her hands. Jahangir, anyway, as most people know, was heavily into alcohol and drugs, and Noor Jahan did not try to stop him. Probably people say encouraged it, and she then ruled over the empire. Extremely powerful. Now, Noor Jahan was so ambitious that she was not enough even satisfied to be the empress in her lifetime. She wanted the same for her daughter, and she plotted to make that happen. Some say that was her downfall. Now, she tried to get her engaged with Khusro, the first son of Shah Jahan. But there were problems. Khusro had revolted against against Jahangir, and because of this, Jahangir had his eyes blinded. In spite of that, and in spite of them being children, Noor Jahan was okay with her daughter marrying him, provided he could be the king. Even her daughter was disgusted by Noor Jahan's efforts. When Shah Jahan, the other suitor, the other claimant to the throne, some say got Khusro killed in a battle in the Deccan, she tried to think, what else can I do? Can I get Shah Jahan? The problem was, Shah Jahan was in love with Noor Jahan's niece, Arjumand, later named as Noor Jahan. Later named as Mumtaz. Now, there was a problem between aunt and niece. She tried to push and say, forget my niece, marry my daughter. But Shah Jahan was madly in love. So then Noor Jahan further plotted and found a third son, who was a drunken wastrel, Shahryar, and tried to fix Ladli with her. And he agreed in return that Noor Jahan would let him be the king. This is where Noor Jahan now was against Shah Jahan. And in the long run, her own brother, whose daughter was Mumtaz, also turned against her. Her entire family, in fact, turned against her. So it became a family battle, not just in the Mughal family, but also in Noor Jahan versus her brother. This led to plottings, interplottings, and a situation where in Kashmir once Jahangir and Noor Jahan were kidnapped by Muhabbat Khan. But Noor Jahan was so brave that she managed to fight it out. Where Jahangir was paralyzed and could not think what to do, Noor Jahan led the troops. In any case, eventually Shahryar was defeated, Noor Jahan was forced by Shah Jahan once he became king after Jahangir's death to settle down with some decent income in Lahore, where her tomb is. Ladli Begum could not become Queen of India. Noor Jahan, who enjoyed immense popularity at one point of time, immense power, had to settle for the fact that the same would not be the privilege of her daughter. Ironically, it is her niece who had that kind of popularity, because in her death, Shah Jahan made her one of the most recognized tombs in the world, the Taj Mahal. Had Noor Jahan had her way, probably that would have been built for her own daughter, Ladli Begum. Today, the world does not know Ladli Begum. Even the book written on her calls her Noor Jahan's daughter. So that is the story of someone also I could connect, who could not make it as big as her mother. If you look at it, it seems like the story of many star sons and star children whose parents plotted, in today's times, to get them the right role, to get them to work with the right directors, to do everything possible to make it big. But sometimes you just cannot do it, despite all the plotting. Ladli Begum was not Noor Jahan. So I hope you enjoy the book for Ladli Begum, but most importantly, when you read it, you cannot stop thinking about Mehrun Nisa. Thank you.